Hello, good people. Hello, good people. I apologise for the wait time on this, and also my upcoming stream after this. Had a lot going on lately, and just sorting out a lot of things at the same time as well. But I was actually meant to live stream this game before we played Burton last Saturday. Unfortunately, I didn't have any time with stuff going on Saturday morning before the 3:00 kickoff. So here we are now reacting to it because I was going to stream the whole game, but because of other things I couldn't. But here we are now. It's the Rotten Cousins, Exeter City, versus one of our biggest rivals this season, Ipswich Town, at St James's Park in Exeter. It was a Sky Sports clash. Honestly, let's just react to this. Obviously, I know what the score is, so you don't need to remind me, but let's just react to this pretty much because last Friday, if you remember, I got to 100 subs. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. 100 subs. Hey Liam, how's it going? I got to 100 subs, and basically, I couldn't thank you guys enough for that. I've still got 999,000 to go. Let's be the new Thogden, but for mighty Plymouth Argyle. Let's go. Still got a long way to go, but there we are. And yeah, because of that 100 sub special, me, Liam and myself went to do a live stream for last Friday's Sky Sports clash between Portsmouth and Derby County in what was a 0-0 draw, as we all know. Both teams were, I guess, all right and rubbish at the same time. Closest I saw was McGoldrick hitting the crossbar. Anyway, we've already live streamed that. This is an annoying team in red and white against an annoying team that's trying to push us all the way in blue. It's Exeter versus Ipswich. Right, come on then. What have you got? What have you got to show me? Sky Sports Football. So 12:30. Hang on a second. Let me pause it there. Did Rob Hawthorne, the commentator, just say these two promotion hopefuls? What? Did he seriously just say Exeter are a promotion hopeful? Oh my God, Rob, man, come on. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's just play on. I'm not going to bother talking about that anymore. How could... I have no words to say. Anyway, right. Here come the teams. Excuse me. Exeter started Blackman, Key, Hartridge, Sweeney, Sparks, Caprice, Collins, Kite, and then a front three of DN, Giovanni Brown, and Jay Stansfield. Ipswich started Walton in goal, of course, the man from Wadebridge in Cornwall, with a back three of Wolfenden, Burgess, and Donasian. A midfield four of Sam Morsey, Humphreys, Davis, and Wes Burns. And then a front three of Connor Chaplin, Marcus Harness, who's been on fire for Ipswich this season so far after his move from Portsmouth. And then one of our former players, Freddie Ladapo, up front. But yeah, you can see there that front two for Exeter of Stansfield and Giovanni Brown. One of them on loan from Fulham, of course. And then Giovanni, on the other hand, has been Exeter's top scorer so far with 9, with Sam Nombe on 8. Nombe's on the bench, fun enough, which did surprise me when I saw that. But while Ipswich have one of our former players, a certain Panucci Kamara, on the bench, Kyle Edwards also on the bench for the Tractor Boys. But yeah, Gary Caldwell, of course, is in charge of Exeter because Matt Taylor moved to Rotherham back in October. Kieran McKenna, of course, still in charge of Ipswich. And Ipswich are still, of course, breathing down our neck in that hunt for the League One. Not just League One promotion, but the League One title as well. So this is going to be an interesting one here in some sort of city that's they say they're in Devon, but they're not. They're actually a small town in Somerset. No, obviously Exeter are in Devon, aren't they? I'd just like to wind them up about that. Anyway, here we go then. Kick off between these two. One of them is Plymouth's biggest rivals, like in general. The other one is Plymouth's biggest rivals in the league this season. So this could be called, just for today, no, not for today, for last Saturday, the anti-Plymouth Argyle derby. Even though we have no mutual feeling. Oh my God, Harness nearly scored then. What a save from Blackman. Oh my God. Harness has already made a lightning start for the Tractor Boys. Nearly 1-0 to Ipswich already. That wouldn't have been the start Exeter wanted. Blackman has just saved them from conceding. But I'll tell you what. No, there's no sort of obvious rivalry between us and Ipswich. It's just, of course, because there are title rivals this season, as it stands for definite. Then that's why I'm calling this match that, for obvious reasons. What's Liam been saying? Good win last night and good to see you again last night. Well, what can you say? Nothing wrong with seeing me, isn't there? So nothing can beat that. Yeah, of course. It's Wednesday today. We Argyle, we played Shelton yesterday in the Papa John's Trophy. Update on that, actually. It's 3/4 away from being finished editing. I'm hoping to upload it tomorrow. I'm hoping for it to be uploaded tomorrow, so for all of you to see. Honestly, what a win as well. 3-2. Good game of football as well, I have to be honest. But yeah, honestly, we're through to the next round. And tomorrow we'll find out who we've got in the round of 16. So that's going to be very interesting. But obviously nothing is as important as the league right now because of obvious reasons. It's our best chance to be promoted in the Championship for the first time since 2010, honestly. And yeah. Right. Back to this game here at St James's Park. Ipswich just had possession, but have just lost the ball. That was Danasian. And now here's Harness once more. But Sparks has won the ball back for those Grecians. Now here's Sam Morsey. Now I personally think he's been one of Ipswich's best. I think he's been Ipswich's best player this season, and I would say personally him. And oh my God, here's Harness again, and Ladapo. It's in. It's not that good of a shot, to be honest. I mean, not saying that, but it was tame powerness. That's what I can say. So Blackman, I think, should have saved that for Exeter, but you can't complain about that because Ladapo's put himself on the score sheet yet again. Bottom right corner, 1-0 Ipswich, and for the second time in a row, Freddie Ladapo scores in the southwest of England. He scored against us when Ipswich went 1-0 up, and now he scored against Exeter, 1-0 to Ipswich. He's now the top scorer for Ipswich this season. Well, joint top scorer along with Connor Chaplin and then Marcus Harness just behind. But no, going back to Sam Morsey, personally, I think he is Ipswich's best player this season. And I'd say with Barry Bannon, they've been the two best midfielders this season in League One, personally. They have both been unbelievable. You can't deny that at all. And Randall, of course. How could I forget Adam Randall, baby? It's an Exeter corner, which doesn't quite go their way, of course. Nearly made it a shot, but Walton's cleared it for Ipswich. But yeah, of course, Liam's in the vlog as well for this Charlton game that will be uploaded this week. As is Half Rose Veer. It's pretty much an Argyle Way vlog, not a Cornish Janner vlog, if you think of it that way. If Harvey England was in it as well, it would have been a full set. And then the quad would have been set for the whole vlog, I guess. I guess we are a team at the end of the day, us four. Exeter just gave the ball straight to Sam Morsey there. What the hell was that? That was so poor. Here's Ladapo. Look at the space Ladapo's got. Exeter have got 2 shots. Ipswich have got 6 shots. But Ipswich have had 2 attempts. Exeter 1 attempt. But let me go back to that a second. Ow. I just bit my tongue, for God's sake. But literally, the amount of space Ladapo had there was ridiculous. That just shows how all over the place Exeter were during this game. And it's weird because I obviously, as a Plymouth fan, I don't usually say this more often, but because Ipswich are our title rivals, I wanted Exeter to do us a favour this game, but they absolutely blew it. They absolutely blew it, because if Exeter did us a favour in that game, then honestly, we would have been more clear in the table after our horrible draw against Burton. Obviously, we will get onto that in a minute. But yeah, honestly, no words to say about that. But yeah, like I said, Exeter could have done us a favour this game, but Ipswich had other ideas and they won brilliantly, and that's why they've kept the pressure on us at the top. But yeah, Exeter completely just did. They were poor this game, I thought. Poor. And here's Ipswich once more. Humphrey has a shot. And literally, this is how poor Exeter has been all game. Humphreys takes a shot. And it's literally Jamal Blackman doing all the work for Exeter City in this game. No wonder the score was only 2-0. Blackman literally saved Exeter this game from being an absolute hammering, because Ipswich were all over Exeter on Saturday. This is not the same game as when Exeter beat Peterborough 3-2 the week before. It's now a Tractor Boys corner. Chaplin's on his own there. Here's Morsey. Frustration there from Wes Burns and also from Kieran McKenna as Ipswich looked to double their leads just then. I can't believe Rob Hawthorne, though, just said at the start of this that programme that I can't believe he said Rob Hawthorne. It's a shame as well, because I really like Rob Hawthorne. I think he's a fantastic commentator. I think he's absolutely brilliant for Sky. I just can't believe he said that Exeter are promotion hopeful. No chance. Not for this season. Here's Ladapo, meanwhile. Blocked by Exeter there. And now Ipswich win the ball back. Another save by Blackman to deny Ladapo to get a second. But tell you what, that was some cross from Davis. So Ladapo took a shot, Exeter blocked it, and then Davis crossed it, and Ladapo headed it. But what a save by Blackman once more. Again, he is literally the main man that kept Exeter in this game. And now here's Danassian once more for Ipswich as an Exeter player goes down. It's a corner for Ipswich. Let me have a look at that. This challenge here on DN. I don't know. I have no words to say on that one. If you're not doing anything later on, the Argyle Way, 4:00, it will be reviewing the Burton game after I've done my live stream on a full watch-along of the game itself. And that's the second goal. It's harness. It's Ipswich 2-0. And that literally sums up that the Tractor Boys have literally dominated this whole entire game here at St James's Park in the red corner of Devon. Very little corner, because we all know Devon is not red at all. But yeah, just a free header as well from Harness, that was. No markings whatsoever from the Exeter players. A set piece completely delivered from Ipswich. This time Blackman couldn't get to it. Harness delivers. And he's having a wonderful game here at St James's Park. And there you are. That is Marcus Harness's 5th league goal this season for Ipswich after his summer move from Portsmouth. Again, honestly, yes, I know Portsmouth, they had a bright start to the season, but now they've been in drawing form. I think Harness is a big loss for Pompey, not going to lie. Yes, Colby Bishop's a fantastic player. Yes, Dane Scarlett's a fantastic player, but I think Pompey would have been a lot stronger if they kept Harness. But I also think at the same time, if Ipswich didn't have Harness this season, they would have been a lot weaker. So I know it's not down to like one player changing the team and stuff, but just that goal alone and his performance there against Exeter just shows how vital Harness has been for Ipswich so far this season. But no, like I said, I think Ipswich's best player this season has been Sam Morsey. As for Exeter, who do I think's been Exeter's best player this season? Exeter are calling for a penalty there. And he says no. Stansfield's fuming. Well, Thotmob have said that their most top-rated player this season so far has been Archie Collins in midfield. With Giovanni Brown just behind. Personally, I would say Giovanni Brown has been Exeter's best player this season. Either him or Nombe. And again, that's why I was surprised Nombe didn't start in this game. But obviously, everyone's going to go differently, aren't they? And that just shows I'm never going to be a manager in football because, yeah, it's up to Gary Caldwell, isn't it? And Kieran McKenna, not up to a certain stupid Jack Edwards. Anyway, here's Kyle Edwards, who's come on for Ipswich. And another chance for Ipswich. Blackman denies Ipswich once more. Can Exeter clear it here? No, they can't. Because, yeah, they could have cleared it. Key could have cleared it. But they didn't. And that's it. That's it. And honestly, that's a very good win for Ipswich because obviously we obviously got robbed against Burton. Sheffield Wednesday won against Accrington Stanley. Ipswich won against Exeter. Bad weekend for us. It was a bad weekend for us. Those two clubs in blue have closed the gap on us now in the table. And a lot of people wouldn't have expected Ipswich to get an easy 3 points at Exeter. But they did make it look easy in that game. Ipswich literally dominated the game from start to finish. You can't deny that at all, honestly. It was Exeter. I mean, if I am going to be unbiased, as much as I don't want to be unbiased when I talk about Exeter, obviously, because obviously I'm an Argyle fan, but you do have to say that considering most people had Exeter to go down at the start of the season, it has been a solid start to the season for them, being in mid-table at the moment. But they're another one of those teams in the league that are very inconsistent. They'll win games like Barnsley away, Peterborough at home, to then lose games like Burton at home. And this is what I don't get. Some Exeter fan, and I think Liam shared this to me actually. It was mental, but some Exeter fan put on put on after the Peterborough win. Oh my God, what a fortress we are. And I'm just there like, mate, how can you be a fortress if you lose 2-0 to Burton at home? One of the worst teams in the league so far this year. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. They can keep dreaming as much as they want, but they know that they are not a fortress, and they know that is the truth. Anyway, but yeah, as for Ipswich, very good win for them. Very good win for Ipswich. They've now closed the gap to us by 2 points because obviously we got robbed against Burton. FOTMob gave Harness man of the match, which I completely agree with. I thought Harness was the best player during that game. Made Exeter. He made the game look easy. Honestly, Harness did, and fair play to him on it. Honestly, brilliant performance. Absolutely brilliant performance from Marcus Harness. Unbelievable. But yeah. Ipswich's next game is against Fleetwood, and they're back home for that. So I hate to say it, I don't think Fleetwood are going to win that, but they could do us the biggest of favours by even getting a draw at least. If they do win, though, it would be amazing for us if Fleetwood win that. As for Exeter, they have got... Well, they've got Oxford in the FA Cup first. Well, Ipswich have got Buxton in the FA Cup first. But obviously, we're talking about League One-wise. Exeter have got Morecambe away next. And considering the run of games Exeter have, considering Exeter have still got Sheffield Wednesday, Bolton and Portsmouth all to play, this is the one game I know for definite. I hope, because it's Exeter, I hope they get battered because it's Morecambe. And it would be so funny if Morecambe win that. And also, our former legend, Derek Adams, manages Morecambe as well. So that would be a cherry on top of a cake for us Pilgrims in green if Morecambe and Derek Adams beat Exeter on the 2nd of December. Yeah. But no, what I was going to say. Also, I've heard from rumours lately. Apparently, there's been rumours going around that Morgan Whittaker is going to Ipswich in either January or the summer. No chance. I can't see that happening at all. I can only see that happening if Ipswich go up and we don't go up. But I can't see it happening because, first of all, Ipswich are our biggest rivals this season in League One. And why would you leave to go to them when we're top of the league? Second, that's literally just a snaking move, that is. Second of all, Swansea don't want him back in the Championship from January onwards, because of course Whittaker's on loan. Third of all, Whittaker himself has said, and it's been said everywhere, that he wants to stay at Argyle, and especially for the rest of the season. So why are there rumours that Ipswich want him? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Honestly, I wish those rumours can bugger off. And if we lose Whittaker, then that's going to blow us for the league this season. We've got to keep him at all costs. We've got to keep all of our players at all costs. But because we're hitting a bit of an injury crisis at the moment with Dan Scarr out, I don't think he's back till the Boxing Day match against Cheltenham. But as long as he's back for the Ipswich away game in January, I'm happy. Other players are out injured as well. Finn Azaz is out injured. Danny Mayer is out injured. But honestly, we can't afford to get rid of anyone. I would bring some loan players like Jeffcott back because we need to booster our squad coming to the end of the season if we want to go up to the Championship. But I know Jeffcott at the same time is doing very well for Swindon, so it wouldn't shock me if he does stay at Swindon. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Ipswich are now second. Ipswich are second in the league. 2 points behind us. Exeter are 11th. So they are in that top half of the table. They're level on points with Wycombe, who are in 12th. Port Vale are in 10th. What a start to the season Port Vale have had. Exeter are 1 point behind both Port Vale and Lincoln. 1 point behind, and then 1 point ahead of Oxford in 13th, Charlton in 14th, Bristol Rovers in 15th, 2 points ahead of Shrewsbury in 16th, and then 3 points ahead of Fleetwood and Cheltenham in 17th. Oh my God, Cheltenham have actually closed the gap here. I still see Cheltenham as a certain relegation candidate, but Cheltenham have closed the gap in the table here. Now they're level on points with Fleetwood and 1 point behind Shrewsbury. I mean, I did say in my predictions, I reckon Cheltenham will stay up, just with Alfie May up front as well. But yeah. So yeah, I guess that is the end of the stream already. So we'll go on to my next stream in a few minutes' time. I'm just going to grab myself something to eat first because I need it. But yeah, I just wanted to give you my reaction on that game because I was meant to live stream it on Saturday, but due to other circumstances, I couldn't. But yeah, cheers for that if anyone's listening. So yeah, I got now the dreading 90-minute re-watch-along review of our game against Burton coming up. Oh, God help me, please. Where's the end button?